Arcadian Vanguard presents The Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Thursday, September 5th, 2024. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with AEW Dynamite broadcast live last night on TBS from the UW Panther Arena in Milwaukee. The closing segment of the show was advertised as a contract signing between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland for their match on Saturday at All Out, but instead featured a video of Page appearing to burn down Strickland's childhood home.
Because tonight, live in front of the world, you get to say goodbye to Swerve's house.
Oh my God, unbelievable. Oh my God. Hangman Page is completely deranged. This is insane. Swerve's childhood home. I understand the revenge that Hangman wanted, but this is another level of sick by Hangman.
Earlier in the show, in a pre-tape segment, it was revealed that Strickland had recently purchased the home. In the main event match of the night, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Pac retained the World Trios title against Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, and Will Ospreay. After the match, the Elite attacked Castagnoli and Yuta until Bryan Danielson made the save and helped them chase off the Elite. The show opened with a confrontation between Daniel Garcia and MJF, in which Garcia was left beaten and bloodied.
In this life, Danny, they say that every man must go through hell before they reach paradise. I want to do something for you you refuse to do for me, Danny. I want to thank you. You have woken up something in me that has been dormant for far too long. And as a token of my gratitude, this Saturday at All Out, Danny, I am going to send you straight to paradise. And for that, you can thank me later.
Kazuchika Okada retained his international title against Kyle Fletcher, and Mariah May retained the World Women's title against former champion Nyla Rose. Also on the show, Jamie Hayter defeated Robin Renegade. In ratings news, AEW Collision drew the lowest numbers the show has ever drawn in its normal time slot last Saturday, with just 289,000 viewers tuning into TNT, according to WrestleNomics. That's also a drop of more than 30% from the previous week's audience of 422,000. It also represents a loss of nearly two-thirds of the show's audience in the 15 months it has been on the air. The rating in the 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a .10, also the lowest ever for the show's normal time slot, and down from the previous week's rating of .13. In WWE news, the company has placed Titan Tower, its former corporate headquarters at 1241 East Main Street in Stamford, Connecticut, up for sale, according to a report in the Connecticut Insider. No specific price was indicated, but it was indicated that the price was subject to offer. WWE used the tower as its headquarters from May of 1991 through this year, when the company made the full transition to its new multi-building campus in downtown Stamford. And in independent wrestling news, Don Callis will join Mauro Ranallo as part of the commentary team for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, according to an official announcement. The newest project from former TNA president Scott D'Amore, the Canadian-based promotion, is set to kick off the weekend of October 19th and 20th in Windsor, Ontario. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the Wrestling News. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.